What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hard Rock Garage. I thought today we would go ahead and try to dive in on the passenger side floorboard of the Ranchero. Previous episode, you saw I introduced the newer project coming in. We put all the other projects on hold, and this one gets to go first. So first thing we need to do is get that floor taken care of. So we're gonna dive right into that. Let's get started. All right, so if you checked out the previous episode, we just did a little introduction of it, and of course she's still in here. Went ahead and went through everything that was in there. You saw that in the previous video, but we want to go ahead and try to tackle this floorboard here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around, let you see kind of how I want to get started, and I'll show you what I'm going to use. All right, so here we are on the front part of it. Obviously, don't even know what transmission we're going to run yet. I have no clue. I don't know. Again, I asked in the last video what you guys thought, you know, LS, big block Ford that I may be able to get access to, or the little Vortec I have, whatever. Either way, we don't know the size of the transmission. This one had a C4 in it. But regardless, I've got to keep the transmission tunnel somewhat similar to what it is now. So this hump coming out here, we're gonna have to do the old beater stick test on it and just see how bad everything is. Obviously these had coatings underneath here a little bit from the factory, and that all went away. I'm sure that was all from the AC leaking over here. But what we need to do, so we'll get this out here. What we need to do is just start cutting away. I think, because this is all trash here, and I think since I've got to, I need to go and get these wires up. Since I've got to replace this anyway, I think the best thing to do will be to make a good clean cut across here, and cut it right down here, and then cut it across there. That way we can somewhat keep the original framing of it, and all this down here is going to have to be knocked out. So what I'm trying to keep from doing is taking all the original seat bracing out. So I think if I can just cut this bad stuff out here, cut it across and get rid of that piece there, that'll kind of gain us some access. I may have to go ahead and cut the whole thing down. After I start looking at, I'm gonna make a few cuts and then just look at it, but we'll start here. I'm gonna cut right here on this spot and go down around where the transmission tunnel bows out for it, and then go right back up. And then just go right back up here and come across the floorboard and down here, and we'll start with that and just see how that looks. It's going to be trial and error. I know some of it looks worse than it actually is, and some of it is kind of deceiving. So we're just going to start doing some cutting and go from there. I'll try to be as straight as I can, and then we'll look at the metal we're going to use to replace it. I think I probably need a fatter marker. Go ahead and just, that'll be easy. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and cut this out right here. Yeah, good enough. And of course this mark right across here. We're gonna go all the way down right there. All right, so we're just gonna start like that and go from there. If y'all happen to see any clear safety glasses laying around here, let me know. I seem to have misplaced them. All right, one piece. Finish the floor there. I'll make a cut across here. I like to shift the camera to get those two. cut it. So we've got a hook here. Obviously goes to our e-brake. And it doesn't want to let go. So it goes all the way across this son of a bitch right here. And that ain't letting go over there. Time to get the beater stick. Attitude adjustment coming. Well, I guess I can put y'all down here and let you see what I'm dealing with. That right there is the e-brake handle. Excuse me, the e-brake bracket. I was too stupid to get underneath here and look. So we're gonna have to cut around that thing. You can pull it loose, but yeah. That sucks. So it'll be easier for me to go underneath here and try to make a line for the outside of the car. And then we'll come back inside and cut as far inside as we want to go. And then we'll be able to bust it off those seat braces a little easier. The emergency brake mount I was talking about. So we will have to get the new floor in and then measure on the other side where this is supposed to go and reinstall it. Put that e-brake back on, but that'll be later. Long way from there. All right, let's get back inside. See if we can get the rest of it kicked out of there. Okay, so we've cut underneath. And it's crooked as hell right there, but I could not see. But what I was mainly trying to do is get past this part here, that way I could break it out. Now I can make a good cut around it, it'll be okay. Anyway, I'm gonna cut on this groove right here. Just cut right on the edge a bit. Try to get around here. Right back this way where I already made that cut. And we should be all right. I'm sweating like a hooker in church. So I went underneath and cut because of this. I didn't want to cut this up. This is in good shape. This is where I told you earlier I was going to cut that one piece out that's over there. I need to cut the rest of the floor right there and then clean all this mess here. Get that chunk out. Clean this spot, we're good. Got the front. All we're gonna have to do is go through with some snips and clear up the edges, and it'll be ready to go. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. We got the back too. That's all we're gonna have to jack with, which is nice. The hard part's gonna be just getting this mess out here because of the close quarters that's in it, and then getting that brake, the e-brake piece back on, but that's not a big deal. The rest of it's going to be actually kind of fun. I used to do a lot of this with working on Jeeps and rock collars and stuff, and it's been years. So it's time for me to bust off all the cobwebs and kick the dirt off. And this is a piece. It's about, I can't remember what gauge it is. Pretty thin, as you can see. And this was all a scrap pile, and it's good stuff. It's a little bit thicker than what you normally use as a floorboard, but I kind of like that. It'll be more sturdy for me. Like I was bouncing there earlier, worried that the whole floor is rusted out, and you get underneath and it's not. It's still the same color as the rest, so it's not rusted at all. Just this spot over here where the AC was always draining, rusted out. So may consider doing some kind of brace for it, but get the proper measurements, cut that out, clean it up. I got the Ranchero outside so I could do some stuff in the shop, but I wanted to show you guys where we are. Minus that e-brake being put back on the bottom. We got the floor patched, and I went with some fiberglass resin over top. I will do another layer because I'm very disappointed in the quality of the stuff I bought. So I'm gonna do one more layer over it, and then it'll be good. Now, the reason why I did that, I know a lot of you are saying, why don't you just do it right? The reason why I did it is because, as I've explained before, these floorboards are outrageous to buy. And this car is not going anywhere. I'm not selling it. I'm not trying to get rid of it. I'm not trying to flip it or anything like that. So eventually, when I get enough money, and we're in the position, it'll be torn back down and all this floor will be redone. This fiberglass is gonna just encapsulate it, seal it up, and help strengthen what I welded in. So anyway, that's what we got on that one. Okay guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Ranchero with the floorboard replacement. Again, using fiberglass just for now. It's gonna work out great. Down the road, I would like for that thing to get a complete restore, which would be a frame off. I'm not in a position to do that. And I really just want to get it going, you know, make sure everything's safe and just get it driving where I can drive it. Once they're driving and you got them, you know, you can do anything to them over the years. I don't want to dig in too deep like I did with that 72, because the more I cut, the more I found, and it's just it's back here in pieces, and I got to pull it back in soon. But appreciate you guys watching. Tune in on our next episode. We're on the hunt for an engine for the Ranchero, and I think we narrowed something down. So I want you guys to join us for that. Thanks for watching this episode. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please spread the word. We appreciate it. Subscriptions help us a bunch. Click that little bell, let you know when we got stuff coming up. And we'll see you guys next time.